What am I thinking here? I would love to know why I thought this was good. Deep breath. Gotta get famous now. Because I can't live with my mom forever. Wait, you heard that? I was just playing. Like I didn't mean that. I was looking through a lot of old photos because I'm in the process of making a website for photography, as well as videography, cinematography, stuff like that, as like a job for like clients rather than just like strictly YouTube based. So yeah, looking through a lot of old pictures, found a lot of interesting things, and since I've reacted to old videos on the channel, I thought it'd be a good idea to react to old photos. So here we are. Let's just jump into it. I have a lot of very old pictures on Google Drive, and this was back before I like did anything with Lightroom or even like before VSCO, because I did for a while edit photos on VSCO before I switched to strictly shooting RAW. I don't know if you know this, but if you saw my Instagram story about a couple months ago, I don't remember at this point, I landed a back full. It was more like a, just kind of like an off-axis 720, so I want to see if I can land that again. I can do a back half. That's like a backflip 180. It goes like this. It goes like this. Like that. So just doing it again, just doing it more. So I'm thinking if I just stay tucked and keep going, it'll be no problem. That was better. Should probably try to stay in the middle of the trampoline. I'm so out of shape. That was not it. I'm gonna try to lead with the shoulders. Maybe that would help. Not that. All right. New plan. Off-axis 720s, because that's the only way I can get the rotation down. That is the only way I'll be able to get to a 720. That was it, basically. That's it, kind of. So here, I feel like the composition is kind of awkward with this one. Definitely shot a lot more landscape shots back then. I mean, this was like 2017, so this is like a 2-year-old photo. What I would have done to like retake this is kind of like shift and make the column only occupy like a third of it at least. But I mean, this is a problem you can fix in cropping. You can just crop in diagonally, bring it in more so it doesn't take up as much. So nothing wrong with that one. And most of these shots, like, I didn't have an eye for like what looks good. I was like, if the thing's in focus, it's a good picture, post it. I shot a lot of like nothing, as in like not really important subjects. Nature is fine, but I feel like what would make this photo better is to have someone on like one of these stones. An easy way to make a photo more interesting is just to have a person in it. Like, people want to see pictures of people, so people looking at picture of people makes it more interesting. I don't know. I don't know what that was. Hey. Mucus is flying out of my mouth. I don't know why I'm not going upside down. That's why. There's a leg. But higher. Off the ground. What kind of dance move is this? Want to see something cool? That's what I do every single time I come out here. I try to land one trick, and I tire myself out doing all the other tricks I know how to do. That was a one-off. That doesn't count. Oh, let's go for some New York pictures. So let's look at this. So a lot of these are kind of underexposed. Wasn't a master of exposure at all. This photo, I really liked at the time, but now looking at it, I was just like, what was I thinking? Like, this is really a nothing photo. I obviously got on the ground. It was like, yeah, I'm gonna get these bricks in focus, and then I can have a nice blurred background. And it's like, that's cool. I mean, it's visually appealing, but there's no real purpose behind it. Like, the point of this photo was to have a blurry background. The subject is so boring. Like, I couldn't even walk 2 feet forward and get the drainage cover in focus and make that the subject. No, I just squatted and took a picture of the ground, which is, it's a very boring photo. And I even posted it. I was like, yeah, I'm proud of this. The only time I ever landed it, I was facing this way. So obviously I'm gonna be thrown off a little bit going right here. But this is a better camera angle. Is that it? These look so messy because I know my feet are going like throughout the air. That was it. I knew that was it. What the heck was that? Why am I doing that? Halfway through attempting it, I get confused because I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. I traveled the whole distance of the stupid trampoline. How do I not put my hands down like that? Here's another great one. This is super lazy. It's just the subway. Like, what was the purpose of me taking this picture? I obviously thought it was good enough to include in this Google Drive folder. Like, what is working here? Not much. I mean, yes, it's in focus. Yes, it's properly exposed. Is it good? No. What am I thinking here? I would love to know why I thought this was good. It's not interesting. It's not an interesting subject. Like, the headlights of the subway are not interesting enough. Welcome back to the windy city of North Carolina. And today, I'm gonna be doing a Cork 720. I've gotten my Gatorade. I've got my trampoline. And I switched camera batteries. I'm definitely gonna throw up the Gatorade I just drank. That's for real. Okay. That wasn't even vertical. I wasn't even off axis. Oh, I'm not a failure. You know why? Because I haven't failed yet. I'm in the process of, but I haven't failed yet. Whoa, that was cool. That was it. My knee is getting eaten up out here. Okay, that was the closest one we've gotten. Oh, that was it. That was so it. That was not it. Tell you what we're doing. We are certainly getting closer. But also, I'm getting tireder. This was taken with the 50mm 1.8. To make it look higher, like make the backflip look higher, I should have gotten lower to the ground and pointed up more, so that way his face would be like more in the air rather than being cut off at the horizon. If you're shooting like backflips or action or stuff like that, to make whatever it is the subject is doing look more epic, getting closer and lower would make it look like they're going way higher, way more epic. So like skateboarding shots, obviously, backflips, stuff like that. Like if I used a different lens, this was with the 50mm, like I said, if I used like a 16 and got right there, like right by his feet, it would have looked way bigger. And kept a little bit of sand in the frame, you could still see that it's on the beach. Oh, I'm so dizzy. Oh, that was it. That is the trick I need to do. But if I go higher, I might die. Okay, okay. One hand, we went from 2 hands to 1 hand. I honestly did not know when I started recording this that I would land it. Oh my goodness. I know for a fact if I try that again, I'm not going to land it. So we're just going to replay that over and over and over and over. It's so messy and so ugly, but honestly, that is a dub. Major dub for the day. Oh my goodness, I'm so tired. I kind of want to do it again though, see if I can do it. I really don't want to do it because I'm tired. But if I try, anything is possible, right? No, I'm not doing it. I'm tired. Goodbye. Let's go to Photoshop Lightroom. What's a good photo we can end on? A drone shot. Oh, drone shots are great. All right, this is actually a really good example. I'm filling the frame with a pattern You can't really tell what it is because it's trees covered in snow, but the only reason you know that is because we've been looking at other pictures of trees covered in snow. You know, if I showed you this and then showed you this, you would know that it's trees covered in snow. But just looking at it straight on, you're like,
you alright?
I don't get it.
And is it upside down? Because these trees are full on upside down. How did I take this shot? Oh, you know what I did? I flipped it. So look at this. Yeah, it wasn't pointing straight down. So, if you want to take a top-down drone shot, make sure that the gimbal is actually pointed straight down. This was like kind of forward, and I don't know what happened, but it flipped upside down, and now you have upside down facing trees at the bottom. But it's just kind of lazy. Like, you flew the drone up, you pointed it straight down, you took the picture. It's a pretty scene, but not a lot of thought was put into it. I don't know how to make this better. I really don't. Maybe just come lower so you could get more trunks shooting up at you. Going higher would just make it more confusing. I had the right idea of shooting directly down my house. That's more interesting if you have like a house or a lake down there rather than just trees or a road or silos, whatever. A road is fine. All right, so yeah, that's that. That's the last photo that I'm gonna react to. Nothing too crazy, but it's interesting to see what I tended to focus on and the mistakes I made. It's good as a photographer to look back at your photos and be like, here's what went wrong, here's what I learned to fix it, and here's what I can do to continue to grow, you know? If you're a photographer, I challenge you to look back at your old photos and kind of just nitpick. And if you're cringing the whole time, you're doing something right because you know that they're bad. And now you're better, at least. I might make a video soon reacting to old videos again because I had a lot of fun doing that the first time. There's a lot of videos on my channel that I have not addressed, that I just kind of uploaded and didn't really follow up on, like what I was thinking. Just, you know, some videos need more context. The song in 2 hours, yeah, you know I can rap. And I agree, so might be seeing another one of those soon. Anyway, that's about it. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe if you want, and I'll see you guys later.